On March 22, 2016, at 2:30 p.m. Universal Time, a developer in Oakland, California typed one command into his terminal. He hit enter. And within minutes, Facebook engineers were staring at red errors. Netflix couldn't ship code. Spotify wouldn't compile. Airbnb's deployments were dead. 40% of the modern web broken. All because of 11 lines of code. This is the story of LeftPad, and the man who almost broke the internet on purpose. To understand what happened, you need to understand how modern programming actually works. Imagine a skyscraper. Every floor is built from parts made by a different supplier. Every supplier uses parts from another supplier below them. That's modern programming. We call it dependencies. When you build a website today, you don't write everything from scratch. You use libraries, pre-built code from other developers. Those libraries use other libraries. Those use yet more libraries. It's turtles, all the way down. The websites you use every day, Facebook, Twitter, Netflix, are stacks of thousands of dependencies. Most of them written by strangers, for free, on their weekends. And one of those dependencies was a tiny package called LeftPad. 11 lines of code. That did one thing: add spaces to the left side of text. It sounds useless. It sounds trivial. But it was downloaded 2.5 million times every month. React used it, Babel used it, Webpack used it. The biggest tools in modern web development all ran through this 11-line file. It was the screw at the bottom of the skyscraper. The screw belonged to a man named Azer Koçulu, a developer from Turkey, living in Oakland. Azer was a hardcore believer in open source. He'd written hundreds of small packages over the years and uploaded them all to NPM, the world's largest package registry. He never asked for money. He never asked for credit. He just wrote code and shared it. Then in March 2016, a Canadian company called Kik Messenger sent Azer a legal threat. Why? Because Azer had a package named Kik, a completely different package that had nothing to do with the Messenger app. But Kik wanted that name for their own future product. Azer refused. "It's my package. I had it first." So Kik went over his head. They contacted NPM directly. And NPM, the platform Azer had trusted for years, sided with the corporation. They forcibly transferred his package name to Kik. For Azer, this was betrayal. The platform that promised open source values just bowed to a trademark threat, so he did the only thing he had the power to do. He decided to leave, and he decided to take his code with him. He typed one command, npm unpublish, and deleted every single one of his 273 packages, including LeftPad. Within minutes, the world started crumbling. A developer at Babel pushes code. Build fails. Error, LeftPad not found. Another developer at React. Build fails. LeftPad not found. Then Webpack. Then Babel. Then thousands of smaller projects. Within 30 minutes, thousands of builds were failing every second. At Facebook, engineers couldn't deploy updates. At Netflix, deployment pipelines froze. At Spotify, code refused to compile. At Airbnb, the website wouldn't build. The entire JavaScript ecosystem, held together by 11 lines of code that had just been deleted. Slack channels exploded. Twitter erupted. Hacker News set on fire. Who deleted LeftPad? Why is NPM broken? What is happening? The answer was, one man got tired of being pushed around, and he had nuclear-level power that nobody realized he had. NPM's CTO had to make an impossible decision. If he didn't act, the JavaScript world would stay broken for hours, maybe days. Companies would lose millions. So he did something no one had ever done before. He forcibly republished Azer's deleted code without his permission. How did he have the right to do this? Because Azer himself, when he uploaded LeftPad years earlier, had attached an MIT license to it. The MIT license says, anyone can use, copy, modify, and redistribute this code forever. Azer wanted to take his code back, but he had already given it to the world. The internet came back online. LeftPad was restored. The JavaScript ecosystem survived. But the question never went away. Who really owns open source code? The person who wrote it, or everyone who depends on it? The LeftPad incident changed everything. NPM changed its policies. You can't simply unpublish anymore. There are now safeguards. But the deeper truth that Azer accidentally exposed never got fixed. Because here's what nobody wants you to think about. The internet you're using right now, the apps in your pocket, the websites you can't live without, the systems your bank, your hospital, your government depend on, they're held together by code. Code written by strangers, for free, on weekends, for fun. There are millions of LeftPads out there, tiny pieces of code that nobody pays attention to, until one of them disappears. In 2016, one angry developer broke the internet with 11 lines of code. The next person to get angry might not stop at 11 lines. Sleep tight. I'm Daily Dose of Why. Stay curious. Keep asking why.